Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Bryant Clerkley. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. Well, we have an update to the CUC worker deaths last Friday. Also tonight, people share their thoughts walking into the Best Sunshine Casino. And there's only one working fire truck on island, and new ones are not cheap. In sports, U18 hoops whittles the field down to a Final Four. Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
Time is now, we got the power, I say loud. Through distance, it don't take a lot to make a loved one put a smile. We people, we homegrown, we equal. We all know we progress, we all do what we do. After all the years, we stronger. The waiting is no longer. We come through as one team with big dreams, doing big things. Not all the way to the soul of the good things we share. Through distance, we care. We reach up to each other, knowing all of us still there, united as one. Saipentinyan Luta Guam.
Winigi PHI Pharmacy in Gofadahi, Ihinim Lomu.
Our complete line of pharmaceuticals and lowest prices ensure you get the treatment that you deserve.
Our compassionate, friendly, multilingual staff will take the time to get to know you, explain your medications to you, and answer any questions that you may have.
Ngere ayor sumaye ukalweres ren, kutsu wayor safeye emal ebalisiu klalyam weres.
Inumin ang inyong gamot ayon sa inireseta ng inyong doktor at alinsunod sa bilin ng inyong pharmaceutical.
We accept most insurance, but in case you don't have coverage, we offer cost-effective generic drugs.
PHI Pharmacy, your lifelong partner in health. PHI, the pharmacy you can trust.
With 1 year in office, this administration has reduced the cinema's deficit by more than
Hafaday, Tirawami, and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Monday, July 10th, 2017. Well, the Department of Public Safety has released more details that surround the death of 3 men last Friday in San Antonio near Pacific Islands Club. The 3 Filipino men were working for a company, USA Fanter, contracted by CUC to do repairs on a sewer pump. One man went down into the tank to unclog a rubber seal and open a drainage. He came back up when he lost consciousness and fell back into the tank. His 2 co-workers climbed down to help him, but they too lost consciousness. Department of Fire and Emergency Management pulled the men out and took them to CUC, where the construction workers were pronounced dead. While the Department of Safety says the case remains under investigation, preliminary findings indicate a high level of hydrogen sulfide. Also, wastewater was 6 to 7 feet deep, so drowning has not been ruled out. The investigation points to the deaths as accidental. Well, the casino has been open for 4 nights now, and it seems to be getting a positive reaction from those who go inside. Our own Sherry Riggs has the story.
This is amazing.
Janet Shankweiler was one of the very first people inside the Imperial Pacific Resort Casino training facility on Thursday afternoon. She said she has never seen anything like it before.
First time this kind of style in Saipan. I've been here for 23 years, 1993, and this is the first time I saw this kind of hotel.
She wasn't the only one to be blown away by the inside of the highly anticipated casino.
First impression is I feel like I'm somewhere else, another world.
Dressed head to toe in Saipan apparel, Mike Benavente only had praises for Imperial Pacific.
It's beautiful, it's quite large, and it's very elegant. And when you walk in here, I feel like I'm basically in another atmosphere. And it's a very comfortable atmosphere to be in.
Benavente says he's been waiting for IPR to open up and is excited for everybody to see it.
We're really looking forward to this opening, and I hope that it will be much more elegant for everyone to enjoy.
John Sablon, chairman of the Commonwealth Casino Commission, says this has been a long time coming and he can't believe the day of the casino being open is finally here.
For working very hard to make sure that everything is compliance according to law and regulations. And this is a milestone that the cinema can enjoy today, starting from today, and hopefully should be able to finish the hotel in the future. And that's another milestone.
Sablon says opening the casino is just the beginning.
Hopefully should be able to finish the hotel in the future. And that's another milestone.
Chairman Sablon says ultimately the opening of the new casino is a dream come true.
So I'm very thankful that we have the casino today. In fact, for information, this was my dream over 12 years ago. I was trying to push the legislature to pass a law to have casino on the island because at that time our economy is dying.
Now, he says, IPI has saved our economy, most notably given money back to the retirement fund.
And they see after the retirement is getting broke that the retirees are getting 25% deduction. Now it's fully recovered. In fact, we gave them a bonus of $1,000 last year.
Well, as you can see, everyone has their opinion about the soft opening of the Best Sunshine Casino. Now lawmakers share their thoughts on the huge multi-million dollar project. Now that the casino is open to the public, Rep. Angel Demapon says he's excited to see the economic impacts.
We're excited to see how much impact we'll have in our government revenues with the opening of the casino facility. Obviously, we have been seeing significant economic activity from the live training facility at Duty Free, and now that they've moved to a bigger facility with more games, that will translate to more visitors and more patrons.
He says it's been a long time since the island has had a major development.
I think in my lifetime, those are when the hotels went up, and then we haven't seen anything in years. So to see this major development go up, it's an exciting time in our history.
Rep. Janet Maratita says she had some concerns about the structure not being fully completed.
I inquired about the liability insurance, and I obtained a copy that they did obtain one. So I'm very happy that they have obtained an insurance policy for our tourists and residents alike.
Rep. John Paul Sablon says he just wants the facility done.
I'm very mindful that there are challenges for them as far as availing for construction workers. We right now we have issues about CW, and everybody knows that.
He says it's crucial we get U.S. construction workers to finish the project. He says that is just one of the issues that's keeping things behind schedule.
Right now, the extension provides till next year, somewhere I believe, if I'm not mistaken, October. I'm really hoping that the Sunshine will meet that deadline.
Well, it's actually called the Imperial Pacific Casino now. That's our mistake. Well, the Department of Fire and Emergency Management is in need of some new water pumpers, and they're not cheap, according to Commissioner Clyde Narita. This was the topic at the budget hearing this morning. As of now, DFEM Commissioner Clyde Narita says there's only one working fire truck, and he needs the funding to purchase 2 more.
Reminding the committee, our biggest priority is the purchase of 2 new fire pumpers. Yes, for 2018 budget. It's about $400,000 apiece. That's from production to delivery to Saipan. It's critical because we only have 2 trucks on Saipan, okay, and they both only carry 750 gallons. And one of them is out there. It's broken down since 3 weeks ago from the fire in Capitol Hill.
Now that's around $800,000 more added to the budget the governor presented, which stands at around $3.9 million. He says more fire trucks will help with response times.
Strategically, the stations are designed that the response time can be within 6 to 9 minutes. Okay, but the problem is that if there's no engine in that station, it's still not going to solve the problem. But having these trucks in the station, especially the critical or the active stations, that would be great. Because, our numbers are showing, we respond there, we get there within 4 minutes, 5 minutes. But the problem is those are our rescue vehicles, those are our ambulance.
He says this is his second year asking for an extra $800,000 in the budget.
The 1,000 gallon, as we mentioned, will disappear in 5 minutes. So we need to have the tankers up there, we need to have the pumpers up there, and we need to have working hydrants, or hydrants that have water running through them.
Dorita says he hopes the legislature can see how crucial these water pumpers are, especially with the new casino going up.
I don't sleep good at night when there's only one fire truck on the island of Saipan, dude. I'm serious. I don't sleep good at night. We need the apparatus. Very critical.
But he says personnel is not an issue.
Yes, we have 7 cadets now ready, and as a matter of fact, we're doing physical agility tests and so forth next week, and then Rota is doing the same thing. They've got 6 cadets, and Tinian's got about 3 to 4. So once they've done all the selection process, hopefully before the end of the month, then we'll try to run an academy by either late August or early September.
Well, coming up, we take a guided tour of some historic World War II wrecks. Explore that in the second half of the KSPN2 News.
Through the years, our mission has stayed the same. Wherever you are, wherever you go, we keep you connected. IT&E, Life in Motion.
Make it a summer to remember at Eco Camp inside the Mariana Resort and Spa. Designed for kids ages 4 to 14, Eco Camp has set the standard for 18 summers. Activities include go-karting, swimming, arts and crafts, kayaking, snorkeling, dance, and even off-roading. Daily, weekly, or 2-week session rates are available now, and camp starts on June 19th. Register online at marianastrekking.com or come see us at Mariana's Trekking inside the Mariana Resort. See you at Eco Camp. Call 323-8735. That's 323-TREK.
Welcome back to your Monday edition of KSPN2 News. Well, the Saipan Lagoon includes multiple heritage trail sites accessed by boat and good for snorkeling. Tonight we visit 2 of those sites.
One of the most well-known wrecks in the lagoon is called, by some, a Japanese Zero. Actually, it's not a fighter plane. Instead, it was Japan's most used reconnaissance aircraft, the Aichi E-13A. And it was used over Pearl Harbor. The Americans had a code name for this small engine plane. They called it the Jake. Dr. Jennifer McKinnon from East Carolina University says this site changes over time.
The sand actually shifts on the site pretty regularly and seasonally. And so on the, if you were looking at the tail just off towards Managaha, there's actually an extra piece that we have never seen before, and that is part of the aileron, the flap on the back of the plane that has been detached, and we've never seen that, so that's uncovered.
One of the shallowest wrecks is the American landing craft, the LVTA-4, and this one is in 10 feet of water and played quite a significant role in World War II.
And this was actually named the Marianas model because of the infield battle modifications that the soldiers actually made to the vessel itself. So what they did was they added a gun turret to the top, a shield, so that the guys that were up there were protected, because prior to that there was no shield that would protect the gunner on the top. They also added boilerplate to the bow of the vessel, because as you can imagine, as the LVT is coming in, the coral itself can actually puncture the bow. So they added boilerplate, like a thicker metal, and we got the measurements. So by measuring it and comparing it to what we know people were doing at the time, we can see those battle modifications. They also added a second gun to the side of it. So all these little things also give us a sense of what these guys were actually doing, you know, to sort of prolong the life of the vehicle and their own lives, basically.
Well, a senator accused of fraud makes headlines on Guam. Here's the news from the KUAM news team.
Hafide Sinumai, here's what's making news on Guam. The Committee on Ethics and Standards is launching a full investigative hearing into a complaint filed against Senator Jim Espaldon. Espaldon is accused of having ties with a Saipan company connected to fraud. Sinumai House Representative Edwin Props brought forth the complaint on May. As per standing rules, the Ethics Committee hearing is closed to the public. In a press release from the Ethics Committee, Committee Chair Senator Fernando Esteves said, quote, "We are unbiased body taking with gathering information and forming a recommendation to the legislature based on that information. I want to be clear that this hearing is in no way infers guilt at this time," end quote. The Survivors Network of Those Abused by Priests is calling on church leadership to make amends, not the laity. Though she commends the laity and the Archdiocese of Agana's efforts to show solidarity for victims, SNAP volunteer Western Regional Leader Joelle Castier urges the Archdiocese to stop fighting victims in the courts and to make all the evidence of child sex abuse public. Co-adjutor Archbishop Michael Burns has the immediate power to enact change in the courts, open files, stop wrongdoing, and hold those who committed or covered up child sex abuse accountable, she said. A new airline plans to fly the Guam-Saipan route. Extra Airways, headquartered in Coral Gables, Florida, announced it will fly Guam-Sinumai China flights. According to its website, the charter service airline was acquired in 2014 by Aircel, an international aircraft repair and maintenance facility operator. Airport Deputy Executive Manager Peter Roy Martinez.
In their application to the U.S. Department of Transportation, they indicated their intention to operate sometimes in 2017 with a 737-800 and 162 seats and 8 business class seats.
The airport also announced it will hold a groundbreaking ceremony on July 19th for a nearly $100 million terminal renovation project. Black Construction was awarded the contract in December to build a third-floor arrival corridor that will separate inbound and outbound passengers as mandated by the TSA. For more Guam news, log on to KUAM.com or download the KUAM mobile news app. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Isa Baza.
That report coming up. It's a record that may never be broken, but you got to try anyway. It's the big one that didn't get away. In sports next.
Good evening and welcome to Channel 2 Health Talk. I'm Dr. Tony Stearns of Marianas Medical Center. Health researchers have identified a surprising new predictor for risky behavior among teenagers and young adults, the energy drink. Super caffeinated energy drinks with names like Red Bull, Monster, Full Throttle, and AMP have surged in popularity in the past decade. The trend has been the source of growing concern among health researchers and school officials. The drinks have been linked with reports of nausea, abnormal heart rhythms, and emergency room visits. New research suggests the drinks are associated with a health issue far more worrisome than the jittery effects of caffeine, and that's risk-taking. In March, the Journal of American College Health published a report on the link between energy drinks, athletics, and risky behavior. The study's authors suggest that high consumption of energy drinks is associated with what he calls toxic jock behavior, a mix of risky and aggressive behaviors including unprotected sex, substance abuse, and violence. The drinks include a variety of ingredients in different combinations, including plant-based stimulants like guarana, herbs like ginkgo biloba and ginseng, sugar, amino acids, including taurine, as well as vitamins. But the main active ingredient is caffeine. All of these stimulants in high doses can be harmful to your child's health. When your kids are thirsty, encourage them to reach for water and low-sugar sports drinks for hydration. As with most things, encourage moderation. Thanks for joining me. I'm Dr. Tony Stearns of Marianas Medical Center. Please join me again next week and have a healthy week.
Watch the Visitors Channel online, on time, anytime at saipantv.com. Where to go, what to see, what to do, restaurants, spas, activities, and culture, it's all in one place, in high definition on your mobile device. saipantv.com. Check it out. KSPN2 Sports is brought to you in part by Triple J Motors.
Buenas sports fans. July Madness. Buenas sports fans, the Francisco M. Diaz U18 Youth Basketball League is down to its final four after two more teams found themselves on the chopping block Friday night, and that means 8 down, 4 still standing.
Fans in the stands, yeah, this game was hot. Sonic 16 on the attack against the Old Aces Elite. Jep Heracito, the kick out to Brian De Guzman. Good idea. E.J. Abejo knocks down the equalizer for the Old Aces Elite. When Cano Diaz canned a couple of freebies to close out the first half, the Sonics had a 6-point lead. Third quarter, De Guzman stops. He pops. The shot drops. Sonics were in command and control. Renato Javiola misfires. But Tommy Augustine rebounds and then gets the stick back. Diaz drives, dishes, Parsley, Lina Ogo. The step back. Sonics finished in third place during the regular season. Doesn't mean anything now. More Parsley. Huh! Put some parsley on that. Sonics inbounds under the Old Aces basket. Diaz left alone, scores easily. Yeah, scores for the other team because that was the wrong basket. Coach Omar Oste couldn't believe his eyes. Kino, though, makes up for that by getting an assist on a bucket from Ronald Bernardo. The Old Aces storm back. Here they come. Johnny Chihara to Tommy Augustine. Never underestimate the importance of following up. Anything you do, especially if you miss a shot. EJ and the Old Aces made it interesting, battling all the way down to the final buzzer. But the Sonics were able to hang on. Rafael Ordonia, the slow down, turnaround, goes down. Sonic 16 survived 56-53 to play another day. The other Sonics, however, Sonics 18, they didn't make it. The Nitibu Warriors nipped them by 1 point. Semifinals tonight, championship Wednesday night. Bring your own fan.
The Saipan International Fishing Derby will celebrate its 33rd anniversary this coming weekend. Now, everyone will be out to break the Marlin record, and that's worth a cool $10,000. Good luck with that. The record was set in 2012. Here it is, 5 years ago. 942-pound Marlin.
For 8 years, Mike James has been competing in the Saipan Fishing Derby. His goal, to break Danny Agulto's record.
That has been my goal ever since I participated in this tournament. Is to
You've been doing this for
more than maybe about eight years. Yeah.
Saturday morning, James and his crew set out with a particular destination in mind.
You know, fishing when you're out there, you know, it just comes when it comes, and we just had it. You know, we were our lines were out by 7:30, and we came to the spot to where we wanted to fish.
Where'd you go?
We went up to Marpi.
He gives us the account of the catch and the landing of this 942-pound fish.
The marlin just came up and just took the line, the bait, and just took off, and that was it. We were hoping for it to stop, but he just kept on pulling, so we had to chase it down, get some lines, and then it did that about 3-4 times, and it took us about 2.5 hours to bring it in. But man, when we came in, we thought maybe it was 500-600 pounds. Yeah, and we tried to bring it into the boat. We couldn't even bring the head up to the boat, so we decided to just tow it in.
Joined by John Hattick, George Areola, and his father, 82-year-old Frank James, they somehow managed.
My crew, John Hattick, George Areola, and my dad, we just really worked together to bring that fish in. It was really tough.
While the water was calm most of this weekend, not so during that catch.
Well, the overcast was good, but the water kind of picked up in the morning, and it was really choppy, and really made it even harder for us to fight the fish. And when we stood in the back of the boat, my boat's only a 20-footer. Water was coming, in from the back because we were all, the fish is heavy, and we're all there. And the weather did not help, so it made it even tougher for us.
After it was over, their dream had been achieved.
This is an awesome thing, man. I guess this is what fishermen's dream of, to get one of those big ones one of these days. And for us, I think it finally came to yesterday. So we're happy.
Oh, this is the best. I mean, this is the top because this is the biggest I've caught. So, and to catch it in the Derby it's even better. So
the blue marlin was taken to the Hyatt Regency.
Awesome!
Where it was measured at 11.5 feet. It was cut in half and offloaded into the Hyatt chill box, much to the delight of their executive chef, who already knew what he was going to do with it.
It's just mostly sashimi.
Yeah. What's the best way you like marlin?
Sashimi. Absolutely.
Here's the windup and the pitch.
I don't believe what I just saw!
Do you have a team or company? Bring them to the Adventure Specialist, Saipan's homegrown Marianas Trekking. Our guided adventures will challenge and excite you, and our award-winning photographers will capture it in a unique and unforgettable way. Check out our off-roading, go-karting, mountain biking, hiking, and snorkeling. And we have top-notch rental gear too. So bring your team, bring your family, or bring your best friend. Marianas Trekking inside the Mariana Resort.
Get your game and gear at Gold's Gym Saipan. Group exercise is a great way to get fit and then stay fit. For something high tempo, go for a ride with one of our instructors in our new spin room. Let's roll. Pilates improves flexibility, builds strength, and develops control and endurance in the whole human body. It also improves coordination and balance. And the Shake Cafe is a great place to stop by for a meal replacement or supplement. See you at Gold's Gym.
Another hot day. How hot was it? 91, heat index 103, low 81, humidity 68%. We had 0.06 of an inch of rain this morning, monthly total just over an inch. Tuesday, partly cloudy, isolated showers, east winds 5 to 15, high 90, low 78. Seas are calm 2 to 4 feet, great for snorkeling in the lagoon. Sunrise tomorrow, 5:53, high tide at 7:57, low tide 3:03, sunset at 6:51. That's it for Monday. We're off to a good start. Hope you are too. We'll see you back here Tuesday night.